We're going to go ahead and begin class. So find a comfortable seated position near the front of your mat, either crisscross applesauce or seated on your shins. And as always, we're going to start with centering ourselves, finding connection between body and breath. Closing your eyes, taking your hands to either land, palms facing up towards the sky, on your upper thighs, or grounded down if you're looking for a little bit more groundedness today. Today's flow is going to be gentle. It's going to be slow and restorative. Focused on the theme of gentility, not just with our physical bodies, but with our emotional bodies. Being gentle with oneself. What does that mean? What does it look like? Why is it important? So as you breathe, as you move, as you listen to my voice, and follow my instructions, what are you learning about being gentle? That's your reflective question, and your task today is to breathe, to be still with yourself, and exude gentility in every stretch, every flow, every movement. Can you be gentle with your breath? Can you make every inhale, hold, and exhale an act of self-love? Breathe slow. Breathe deeply. Make sure to take that breath in through the nose, all the way down into the lowest reaches of your belly, a slow, deep expansion, cradling that breath at the top, and then letting it go very, very slowly, letting the body relax one muscle group at a time as you exhale. Gentle breath, cleansing breath, softening the muscles of the face, allowing that softness to interact with the center of your forehead and let it unfurrow. And move down towards your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. We're going to start just some very gentle neck circles. So deep breath in through the nose, grow nice and tall through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, go ahead and take your left ear to your left shoulder and roll forward very, very slowly. Right ear to right shoulder and back. A few more circles, nice and slow. In that same direction. Moving with your breath, paying attention to every muscle, joint, vertebrae. One more in this direction. Again, very slow. And then we're going to go ahead and reverse. Slow circles in the opposite direction. Paying attention to sticking points, paying attention to every part of this movement. Moving with your breath. This should be your last one. And then go ahead and bow the chin to the chest. And then sit up nice and tall. Lift the chin, lift through the crown of the head. Without opening the eyes, I invite you to take your arms out to either side of the room. And then all you're going to do is lift those hands up overhead and interlace your fingers. Press the palms up towards the sky. Grow nice and tall. And as you exhale, round through your upper back, pressing those palms away from you. Shoulders pressed down away from the ears, chin bowed into chest. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, the hands come to the back of the head, so elbows nice and wide, and then as you exhale, a little bit of weight falls down as you bend that chin towards the chest. Breathe into the neck. If you need to make any movement here, moving through the chin, feel free to do so. Keeping that stretch focused on the back of the neck. When you're ready, hold still. And on your next inhale, open those elbows wide, lifting the chin. Big opening for the chest. Then you're going to take your left hand to the crown of your head. Opposite hand back behind the body. Roll the shoulder down and back. And then we're just going to go ahead and bow. Left ear to left shoulder, creating a nice big opening through that neck. All the way down to the shoulder capsule. If you'd like to add any self-massage into this space, feel free to do so. Working into that neck muscle and the shoulder, helping things relax. Connectedness to your body. Go ahead and tilt that chin back up to center. And we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So left hand now behind the back. Right hand to the crown of the head. Bow. Right ear to right shoulder. Breathe deeply, breathe slowly. And of course you can add a little bit of that self-massage here if you'd like. Working through any of that tension, really focusing on gentle stretches, gentle releases, treating yourself with kindness and gentility. This is not a session to push. Breathe and be. Give your body some much needed rest and recovery. When you're ready, go ahead and tip the crown of your head back up to center. We're going to release the hands down and we're going to roll up over the knees, coming into an all-fours position. Wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Begin to find a little bit of fluid movement through the body. Whatever feels good. Slinky movements through the spine, moving through the hips. Some continued work through the neck. And we're going to transition into cat-cow, first pressing down through those hands, holding the heart forward towards the front of your mat, belly button slightly tucked into the spine. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll up through each vertebrae, lift the spine towards the sky, tuck the tailbone, and then go ahead and dip through the belly. Heart and tailbone are going to rise as one. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time, find cat. Inhale, dip through that belly, press down through the hands, heart and tailbone. 2 more rounds, as slow as you can go, moving fully with each breath. One more round. And then go ahead and find neutral. We're going to take the knees wide, the big toes together, and sink the tailbone back onto the heels for child's pose. Your forehead meets the mat. Give it a gentle rock back and forth, massaging that third eye center area, releasing any remaining tension you might be holding in the face. And when you are ready, you're going to find stillness and reach those fingertips another centimeter to an inch forward, finding that deep stretch through your armpits. Nice long line through your spine. Breathing. With your next breath, go ahead and pull that inhale in, and as you exhale, walk your hands over to the right side of the room. Left hand moves over the right to increase that stretch on your side body. Breathe and relax, keeping your tailbone and your heels connected if you have that flexibility available to you. Just avoid rocking open through the hips. Take deep cleansing breaths, sending them purposely into that left side body. And as you exhale, imagine everything untangling, loosening, little bubbles popping in that area to make room. Softening, softening, softening. With your next inhale, gently walk your hands back to center. And exhale over to the other side. Right hand over left this time. Deep cleansing breaths. Once again, focusing on that side body, this time the right side. Creating length and using your breath to soften the body. Slowly walk those hands back to center. One last stretch forward. Exhale, release. Begin to walk the hands back towards the body. We're going to pull the knees in, hip width apart, and come back into our all fours position. From here, tuck the toes, tuck the tailbone beneath you, pulling the belly button into the spine, lift the knees, and then press the heart towards the upper thighs into downward facing dog. You can pedal out the down dog if that feels good for you. As always, we take a deep bend in one knee and reach the opposite heel towards the mat, finding that deep stretch through the back of the legs, through the calves. Always staying strong in the front body, pressing down in that index finger and middle finger, creating a suction cup between the center of our palm and the mat below. When you're ready, find stillness here. trying to not bend through the knees as much as you can. Begin to walk your toes towards your hands at the front of your mat. And once you arrive, go ahead and find a soft bend through the knees. Belly and thighs meet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Heart reaches forward. Lots of length in the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep. Slowly leading with the heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to go ahead and take a big step back with our right foot, squaring our hips and sinking into that back knee just slightly. We don't need to go deep here, but we're going to work into the front of that hip flexor. You can hold the hands here at the heart, or if it's more stabilizing, they can come to the hips. Whatever feels good for you. Breathe. Stability and length. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and lift those hands up above the head. Separate them. Energy moving through the fingertips. Press the shoulders down away from the ears. And then we're gently going to go ahead and come down, releasing the top of that back foot and continuing our work on those hip flexors. Breathe slow and with control. Hips are squared. Knee is aligned over that second or third toe. Check in with your alignment. And then we're going to go ahead and take the hands back behind. Pull down, pressing through those knuckles. Lifting through the chest. If you want to find a mini back bend, you can. And then you're going to go ahead and release. Taking the hands down to frame the foot. Once again, continuing to keep the focus through the front of that hip flexor. Breathing. Take that back toe now. Flip it down into the mat. Hands come down to frame the foot. We're going to lift up. And then we're going to go ahead and step in. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Heart reaches forward. Length through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep. Lead with their heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to switch sides, taking a big step back with that left leg. Hips squared. Little bend in the knee, not trying to go too deep, keeping the focus on the front of that hip flexor, creating lots of length. Breathe, tuck your tailbone underneath of you, reach through the crown of the head. Every posture is an opportunity to check in with your alignment, with your body, and with our intention of gentility. What do you feel? What are you connecting with? Inhale, lift the hands up overhead, separate them, energy up, press the shoulders down, away from the ears. Then we're going to go ahead and slowly lower, releasing the top of that back foot, and continuing on with this hip flexor stretch. Hips squared. Where knee is right over that second or third toe. Make any adjustments that you need to. And we're pressing this hip forward, creating lots of length. You can take those hands back behind you now, interlace, pressing down through the knuckles and lifting the heart if you'd like to add this little mini back bend. Slowly release. We're going going to take those hands down, continuing on with that hip flexor stretch. Breathe. Check in with your alignment. And then go ahead and take those hands down to frame the foot. Back toe into the mat, lift up, low lunge, and step it in. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep, leading with the heart. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then down to mountain. Feel your heartbeat. Blood move. Breath flow. Inhale, lift the hands up overhead. Barely touch the fingertips, and exhale. We're going to bend through the knees and gently come all the way down, rolling onto one side and coming onto our backs. Glutes are about 6 inches or so away from the heels. And we're going to go ahead and take our left ankle and cross it right underneath that right knee, picking up that figure 4 and reaching through to the top of that shin. You're going to flex the left foot and open the left knee out, getting a big stretch on the side of your hip flexor, on the side of your glutes. Let gravity do some of this work. Your job is alignment, but relaxation will help. Release that stretch down. But we're going to go ahead and take that left foot and kick it up towards the sky, grabbing right behind that thigh. Or if you'd like to come onto the calf or ankle, feel free to do so. But we're going to keep this hamstring stretch pretty relaxed. Gently pulling into the body. Maybe you want to add some ankle circles if that feels good. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Then you can go ahead and bend at that knee, grabbing the inside arch of that left foot with the left hand and kick into like a half happy baby. Little release of the hips, the inner thighs. One more deep breath in. And exhale, go ahead and pull that heel in. And then the knee's going to release. And we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So the right heel crosses over the left knee. Lift up, reach through to the shin. Outside of that glute, outside of that hip stretch. Focus on the right side. Breathe deeply into your belly. Stay with your body. Fully present, fully immersed in this moment. release the left foot down. Right foot kicks towards the sky. Grab behind that thigh. Hamstring stretch. Again, if you'd like to advance that up to the calf or ankle, feel free to do so, but you can keep it gentle. Maybe add in some ankle circles, a few clockwise, and then reversing directions. Using your breath to relax. When you're ready, you can find a bend through that knee. Grab the inside arch and find that half happy baby. Letting the knee fall out to the side. Foot flex up towards the sky. Stretch to the outer hip and inner thigh. Bend through that knee, releasing the foot. And then we're going to take both knees in towards the body, wrapping ourselves in a little ball and giving a tiny rock back and forth, massaging that back. Taking deep breaths into the belly and full exhale out the mouth or nose. You have two options for final Shavasana, dealer's choice. You can either extend your heels to the wide edges of your mat in our normal Shavasana pose, or you can release the knees down and allow the bottoms of the feet to come together, releasing the knees out towards either side of the room, so an open thigh position, allowing the body to relax and open. Neither is right or wrong, whatever feels good for you in your body today. This is your practice. Either way, your job for the next final moments of class is simply to breathe and be. Reflecting on our intention. Back to the concept of gentility. How we can be more gentle with our physical bodies and practices like these, but also in our spiritual bodies, our internal worlds. Where do you need to be more gentle with yourself? Let the answers find you as you breathe and relax. nose all the way down into the soles of your feet, each toe, each cell. When you're ready, release that breath fully, sink a little deeper into your mat. Where do you need to be more gentle with yourself? As you reflect, you can begin to awaken the body, taking a big stretch in opposite directions, or maybe finding a little bit of life. Those fingers and toes, tiny wiggles, bringing energy back in. When you're ready, you can make your way onto your side body, tucking your knees up towards your chest in the fetal position, and using that top-facing hand to gently press the torso up, the safest way to return upright. Thank you for joining me today, giving me the gift of your presence for the last 30 minutes. Thank yourselves for showing up today with this gentle practice. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you for being here. Namaste. We'll see you next time.